We're here with the head coach of the Coahoma Football Tigers, Coach Stephen Miller. Coach, it's been a while and everything, and I know we were supposed to catch up. It's good to see you.
Yes, sir. Good to have you back.
No, it's been very, very busy, especially after the season and all that good stuff. And let's talk a little bit about the season. And man, finishing the season 2-8, 40-0 victory over Mississippi Delta. What are your thoughts on that victory on homecoming day and a lot of barriers being broken that day?
Well, it was a much needed victory for us here at Coahoma. Homecoming last game. I guess we broke another streak of homecoming losses. First shutout in a while for the school, for our defensive program. But it's like the year before when we played Delta at the last game. It kind of catapulted us to recruiting, having a great recruiting class the year after. And hopefully the two victories this year see some improvement in our program going into the third year.
A lot of barriers were broken, like you mentioned, first shutout in about almost 4 or 5 years. First win at home in 4 years. You snapped the losing streak in homecoming. You have Josh Johnson broke a school record of 300 yards and 4 touchdowns in the game and everything. So it seemed like things on the up and up for the program, but not just that. 2-8 on the year, 1 year, one more win, but at the same time, you had 7 players making the All-MAC JC team.
Yeah, we finished the season 2-7. We played a 9-game schedule. In the win and loss category, it's kind of disappointing. We felt like we was capable of being a 500 team this year, and 3 games from that. But at the same time, we had some great players. We had a great recruiting class, and we got a lot of kids that were recognized by the state of Mississippi as great football players here at Coahoma. We had 7 All-State players, 1 All-Region, and 1 All-American.
And it looks like this probably maybe the most ever in the history of Coahoma that, once in a while you have 1 or 2 players, but 7, that's amazing stuff.
Yeah, we was in the top echelon of the junior college for us having players selected as All-State. We had, like I said, 7 All-State, 6 of them first teamers, and a lot of schools in the league didn't have quite that many. Some had a little more, but we up in the upper echelon with recruiting great talent here.
And off season's been kind of really busy for you guys. No days off for you, no days off for the staff. Let's talk about the players that are probably leaving and being highly recruited, and there's the fact that not just the 7 players All-State that's being looked at pretty hard, but now is the fact that a lot of your sophomores and a couple of freshmen are being recruited by Division I schools.
Yeah, we have an awkward situation. We have a lot of freshmen that are already eligible to be recruited. Our quarterback, Trey Mitchell, has got several offers and looking to choose to go ahead and forgo his sophomore year. Josh Johnson, also in the same boat, was a freshman, already met eligibility requirements for Division I, and he's looking to forgo his sophomore year. The other 2 noticeable will be Cecil, who's MAC first team All-State, All-Region, and All-American. He'll be leaving us in December. He graduated a couple of days ago. And Davion, who's a highly recruited linebacker, got a lot of SEC offers, Big Ten, Pac-12. He's graduated already. So we are losing a great group of sophomore class and freshmen.
Well, looking at, we're basically talking about a lot of the sophomores and everything. Basically, Davion and Cecil really stands out. And we know that Cecil, he's going to Grambling. He was verbally committed. But it looks like he's going to stick to that commitment more than anything else. It seems like he has a great, not just plan, but backup plan as well besides football.
Oh, yeah, Cecil's a very, very, organized young man. He knows his mission and vision. And he's very committed. He was committed to Coahoma Community College from the jump, and turned down a lot of successful programs. And he made a decision to go to Grambling, and he's been heavily recruited by tons of Division I, Power 5 conference schools. And that's a decision that he made, and we we stand by him 100%.
And it's a rarity where it's not too many times where a person would choose a HBCU college after junior college, especially if Division One's going after them. But that is huge for Grambling and Coach Broderick Fobbs out there in Grambling, Louisiana.
Well, yeah, it's kind of different in the new age, but back in the day when Grambling, Eddie Robinson was competing with Florida State and LSU and all of those four top prospect kids that wanted to go to HBCUs, and a lot of those kids went to Grambling and went off to the NFL. They could have chosen any school in the country, but I think Grambling is getting back to that standard that they can compete with the Division One schools because of the heritage.
Absolutely, and then Cecil mentioned about getting into a mortuary program out there as well and stuff like that. It seems like he's a very well-rounded kid.
Yeah, he has a plan. If football don't work out for him as far as the next level, he has a plan that it's not a backup plan, it's his alternate plan. And then after his alternate plan, he has a backup plan. So he's really a very focused young man on life and in general. So he'll do well in life.
And I know he said he meant so much to you and everything else, and that's what made him cling on to you in Coahoma and everything else. And he felt like that, that the way a lot of people try to draw him off before, not to come to Coahoma, but he ignored those naysayers and everything, and he realized how real you were, and also the coaching staff that did all they can to make sure he gets to Coahoma.
Well, that's the thing. We sold him on that. We cared about him. We cared about his well-being, his future, and he trusted in us to get what he needed, and I hope we gave him everything he needed, supplying with the tools and the mechanics to go on to the next level.
Davion Taylor is another one that's being highly recruited. He's got an interesting decision himself. He says he's verbally committed. I don't know if it's Ole Miss, one of the schools, but a couple schools. He has a very interesting decision, and even University of Missouri is looking at him pretty hard. And can you tell us what his decision is probably going to be? But not just that. What a great story with him, because he did not play football in high school, and he looked up to you to try and get back on the football field.
Well, yeah, it's a very unique story. Davion only played like one game in high school, and then he tried out for the football team here at Coahoma my first year, and of course he was a standout in the tryouts. Of course we didn't miss that talent, but Davion is a special story. Hardworking young man, very educated, very academic inclined. He made 5 official visits: Colorado, Ole Miss, Missouri, Arkansas, and I think one other that he chose to go on a visit, and verbally committed to Colorado early, and I think he's staying firm with that. But at the same time, a lot of SEC schools, local and close by, are very interested in him, offering. So he have a tough decision to come up before December 20th where he want to play his next 2 years. But wherever he chooses, if he stick with Colorado or if he goes on to any other school, we support him 100%.
Absolutely. He has done an unbelievable job on and off the field, and we wish both Cecil and Davion the best. And we go forward more than anything else. You guys have been on the road, recruiting everywhere and then some. How has things coming with the recruiting? And also, I know you told me a couple of days ago you have some big news for us, and not just for Coahoma, but also Tiger Nation.
Well, yeah, we've been hitting the road ever since November 13th when we were allowed to do out of the district recruiting. We gathered a stockpile of great talent, names, doing a lot of home visits, getting to know the families and the kids, and get to know Coahoma Community College coaching staff. But time will tell. We got a lot of work to do on getting the young men to buy into our program and our mission and vision. At the same time, we are landing some big-time recruits. We landed a 4-star defensive end out of Texas just the other day. Highly recruited out of high school. Had offers from Texas, Texas A&M, Louisville, Arkansas, Alabama, and he need to go the junior college route. And we've been keeping in touch with him over the past 4 months, and really made a great impact on him. Our college coach, Michael Welch, is a recruiting coach in his area, and him and Coach Welch form a great bond, and turned out to be one of the biggest signees besides Cecil Cherry and Antonio Nelson in Coahoma college history. The young man is Ligarian Carson out of Liberty Island High School in Texarkana.
Oh, okay, wow. And I heard he's a load at what, 6'5 and a half, 260?
6'5", 260. A sub 40, 4'5", 4'6", 40. He's definitely the Division I prospect, and we're glad to have him here to develop his skills and education.
Wow, and the way his situation is that, you're gonna ensure to have him 2 straight years, not no one, but it's just gonna be 2 years guaranteed.
Looking at him for 18 months, hopefully getting him out in a December early signing period for Division I or whatever choice he decides to make.
Absolutely, that's unbelievable that you guys are really working hard, and hopefully a lot more will be coming. There are chances that a lot more, if it's not 4-star, maybe 3 to 4-star or whatever, that we can get around signing day in February.
Oh yeah, that's definitely our goal, to not just get the stars, but to get the best players available. Kids that want to be here at Coahoma, they're willing to work hard and give us everything they got. And if they happen to be a 4-star, 3-star, we'll take it. But we here at Coahoma, we're looking for football players first.
Absolutely. And let me ask you this last question, and we'll shut it down from there. I went with you to the Mississippi Bowl and checked out East Mississippi against Arizona Western in the national championship game, and very good game indeed. In East Mississippi wound up winning it in a close one. And it was an interesting experience being out there, out in Ferguson, Mississippi, over at Gulf Coast Community College. Their stadium looked nice and everything else and all that stuff. But what do you see in the future, especially what I've seen out there? It's something else when you be bowl eligible. But what do you see in the future for Coahoma, especially for next season?
Well, we know that a team like East Mississippi is one of our dominant teams in our state, and they beat a runner-up national champs from last year, Arizona Western, who has unlimited out-of-state scholarship. Mississippi only can carry 8 out-of-state scholarship compared to unlimited, and for East to go in there and compete and beat them with Mississippi kids basically is a good sign for our league. That we can go into bowl games and compete with the other junior college with so much non-restriction that they have on players that they can bring in. But Coahuma's looking to get bowl eligible, looking for a winning season next year in 2018, a winning season, a bowl opportunity, and just for our kids to have a great experience.
Things kind of switched up next year to the schedule. You guys will be, you still have Jones County in the non-conference, but you'll also have Mississippi Gulf Coast and also Hines.
Yeah, we pick up all 3 playoff teams in the last 2 years from the South. So our schedule has gotten a lot tougher, a lot ruggeder. Jones is the South champ. Hines was a runner-up for the South, and Gulf Coast is like a 3 times South champs in the last 2 years. So we're getting the best of the crop of the South, and it gives a chance us to prove that we're capable of playing in this league.
Coach Stephen Miller of the Coahoma Tigers, we thank you so much for joining us and everything. We'll see you around National Signing Day coming up, and also we'll see you around spring football.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.